Nsem-Pii TV nie.
Kwame Deba Nsem-Pii TV platform so Kwame Baffoe Abronye, yes, Puno regional chairman Osi ade yo Abronye oboso no ho na Ghana ha bebia sheki na NDC4 eho etete wo mopa anwumre aka ne ho biem. He has added a new twist to the unfolding drama saga regarding Ato Mosquito's journey towards Nsawam. Now, said this week, a lot of the discussions has been based on the alleged leak tape NDC4 and the Babetuja, Johnson Ashidun Ketia, Sammy Gyamfi, Ebabeke Kahwasem. The NPP also organized a counter press conference. The venerable lawyer, Frank Davis, and Henry Nanabuache Esquire, and so they set the record street. Say, Oma Yibia film, now the full audio no 26 minutes. Now, the new twister Kwame Baffoe Abronye at the Ababeka Hua, and no, beating our copy more court at Daniel Assembly, and he said, Kwame Baffoe Abronye, SC, more NDC4 debate to just say, Richard Jakpa, the Attorney General, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, Afiso, Supreme Court Judge, Justice Yoni Kulendi, Ekukushia Ufi, specifically Justice Yoni Kulendi Filo Nkukushia, and a sound commodity a course. By the same and Uncle didn't feel a fee the telephone call and I'm about to Ghana for. Kwame Baffoe Abronye say, also Ghana for me, neither who yepa. No way there. There is no way that the NDC is going to get away with this. As a Ghana for will fear or no, and a double salary MP, so the go pay more court in the go pay. Or no one as a day a monument of AFS and secondary go pay more court in the Yamudi CA. And Jakpa, LGBTQ and some. You send the application of the copy more court Gini now to into way so is going to expose the NDCs. Say command must see a call so them a day and common adane phone and so common. Now these and many more revelations and Kwame Baffoe Abronye and the Atuja. Mumienko in Kunkoti.
Edian Aunim.
If you say them way abano, rubbish. 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 Say, and Crawford be wa Crom and assembly back. Say, and Crawford be a developer near me terminate as professional stupidity. Assembly back, and I move the Ghana and Crawford be a developer near me terminate as professional. Wonderful professional stupidity in this particular issue. Me meeting baby. And no be a sermon meeting. Or Japan and a sermon meeting and I'm a boy.
Koso.
Because the Japan and the sermon meeting now, Attorney General 23 years at the bar no. Officer or no ever Japan on what basis? On what basis? Thinking Attorney General Japan. But in the many bench, you know, they have a relationship say a lawyer or Attorney General no. Any judge or me so a judge inviting Attorney General to South and you're wrong and you're professional. Then a lawyer be over to them say Attorney General going to a judge house a professional misconduct. On the country, this conform must develop professional stupidity politics. What do the country say? Attorney General judge Fieno unprofessional and it's against the code of conduct and I am misconduct among my countrymen. And they are the so-called Martin Tebunuma or Moninam Kroma Assemble or Mufisa and then the ball for Tantana on time table of Wankana on an abrabo. On time table of Wako. I am on fact, or in the book you is name or a TV read on fact. As a young professional or not.
Bro, regional chairman, line no breaky kakra. Nti I feel what menka.
Metonka.
Okay, koso mami.
On One FM.
Many on the line no sign a break you. Make I was say ya ni ya na draw no star 274 star 3 hash a short code ya de ya draw no bia atwiso man FM bia na afi wo do momo na shame you are good to go. O temenka.
Metonka.
Okay, afi to asoma me.
Aya buba begina baabi. Aka say ni esi ye no e cohesion, amonti cohesion ati. One that she is hey. Attorney General Nsem-Pii to his office and now to the judge's house. If nobody, what is the cohesion about this issue? Okay. Cohesion is no as a state prosecutor number Fred Jakpa or your defendant. No. So say can say what I may you say and only a plan of cohesion. If lawyers a bit chroma, no want to mean defining a cohesion and check the media and the court and some lawyers. No, so free because woman a platform. Bontia yes can seminal. Open a sermon meeting. So what ye and some Nayani Pami and San Aquacosia Nameboa.
Koso.
And Nipani and Sapoko Siano. I'm more far with your experience in the media, no, and I will law background. No. And Nipana or no sermon meeting, no matter what in the boys' room.
They won't tell voice room now. Who is a phone conversation?
But what you want almost on if you're on the sermon meeting, no. And say, I don't be sermon meeting when you feel not they go to the voice now about it's a phone conversation. Because when I'm afraid meeting, say I'm funny about afraid the audio Baba I'm a fan of no tear drum on no frame meeting in the voice and to voice and about our Canada. More media for one. More Canada say. Young Kosuku. Young Kosuku, you know about more minimum, and I'm a fan of a Canada there.
On One
FM. Say you took a baby, and the assistant be below the boy. To see the political agenda. No way. Professionals have been in Chroma. The so-called lawyers not by move from one radio station to another. I certain way so I know what media so all professionally. No media no because of kind of publication. Because I say we now ban a popular matter. That's the missy canon at the sound and this amendment can be now intimidating. That is how it is from professionals to be behave Ghana. But you must see a man come here as a sound Ghana for Tiasiano. Who are official buildings away a professional issue bunny a can watch a monk can watch them all. Now they just want to be heard. No, I cannot call any person what this is a contact. Or that way, Japan can't train it by Bia that say. Can say. Now can say ya. And remember, you application. What evidence now? What the founder? So to make it bad. And only a plan of cohesion. Now not the member of Damian Tima resign. See, I'm no say dear. You need evidence to be a chaser or Damian Fred Japano. I can say. What can say dear. What we are talking, including the so-called professionals, you know, they are displaying more professional stupidity.
Abronye mame no ase emfancy actually yebesa kasa. Mame no.
Chairman, yenka the specifics of near Abbey. Dedi can over Jakpa, you know, wanya de Yeah, because the chairman, I mean, nobody would tell me, say, he didn't plan it, or she done, or yeah. And case has been going on since 2021, I'm starting here, me boy. He even refused to file a defense. At some point, there was even a bench warrant issued for his arrest because no time court. Yes. Oh, chairman, who shared the chronology of events in court now? It is telling, and anytime I say, if you have who Nsem-Pii, look, it is not by recording your conversation with the Attorney General Nebebwa. I'll come to the indiscretion of the Attorney General himself. Because, Chairman, if you are dealing with an accused, you should be, mindful or measured in the way you engage him. Especially who said this is somebody who is unwilling to open his defense, he keeps dodging court and so on. Or he even had to leave his lawyer of his services, one Thomas Obin. Or Pamino Ekofa Robai. What I say? Now, my issue is that, Chairman, this is an incidental matter and an issue to the proceedings in court. How does that change? Because the Mati said they've closed their cases. And yes, sir, the Attorney General is closed. And in Yawake, Chairman, how did the Attorney General presented? It has no effect whatsoever. That the Attorney General, as you see here. Secondly, the question I'm asking is, how come to the ethics of the conduct of the Attorney General? But before then, I just want to concentrate a bit on Mr. Jakpa. I say, who said, was the case of the Attorney General built around the testimony of Jakpa? The answer is certainly no. He did not build his case around the testimony of Mr. Jakpa to the extent that Obetimaka said, who skewed testimony in the Bebuami? And the supposed claims there is evidence. He was being coached or coerced. The word they are using now is being coerced. Obi had a voluntary conversation, a willing participant in the conversation. I didn't coercion. How can having a voluntary, willing conversation with Obi? You are discussing, all of a sudden that turns out to be, say, he was coerced to give a certain skewed testimony. And tape now, because that's the basis for these claims. Chairman tape, she knew there's nothing. Unless you sure? Tape, but if a tape now, your boy and run, there is nowhere in that tape. I heard the Attorney General telling Mr. Jakpa, say, Ugo court na kokase nisi. All you heard was, I will not do it the way you want me. I will not agree to do it the way you want me to do it. I will be dishonest. But nobody heard what the Attorney General was telling him to do. Because near Attorney General say, okay, then this is what the Attorney General said. And this was his response. But it is in response now is what we kept listening to. But the Attorney General that warranted and merited the response no obianti. So you cannot say because he said I won't do it the way you want me to do it. No, for all you know, it could be anything else. Chairman, it could be anything else. It couldn't, in fact, for all you know, and not necessarily in the testimony. It could be something else. But until Obi is able to play the voice of Godfrey Dami, Kase, I want you to submit your testimony in this fashion. Then the response follows. Ekase, I won't do it the way you want me. Then we know there is a correlation. But you cannot expect me to magically assume the response was to a certain question, a certain commenter. The Abraminti is our commenting here. So it leaves the tape. There are a whole lot of questions to be answered. What you say? Now again, you have a telephone conversation with the Attorney General. Now, which means from the get-go, this is my plan. Until he refused to open his defense. Later, when he was forced to do, he then decides, look, let me try to trap the Attorney General. And he starts reaching out to people, including, unfortunately, the Supreme Court judge. And also, I think say he ought not to have entertained it. Chairman, the person could even be your mother. You are now a Supreme Court judge. No, it's the truth.
But family is family, Abi.
No, what, Chairman? Why? We didn't send him there to be looking after family and friends. No, there's a dictum in the legal profession that says that a judge like Caesar must be beyond reproach. But here,
where is it?
Oh, your family member is accused. He's standing trial. And the first thing you should have told him is, I won't get involved.
No, Masa, it's you.
No, that is what it ought to be.
No.
You see, Chairman, the judge erred in entertaining.
That's a different matter.
Until what was so dear another Supreme Court judge by inviting me.
The law is that he could do plea bargain.
So the Attorney General doesn't know the law.
No,
he had to take the Supreme Court judge to tell him the law.
That if you could.
No, but if you could, that's the point. So he's trying to influence his decision. That's you see, we understand. It even sounds worse.
If you want to take advantage of the law, is that a crime?
So the Attorney General doesn't know the law about plea bargaining.
But he's saying that the procedure, it's only the procedure for which reason the procedure that he has adopted in getting the plea bargain done. That's what I told you last point.
The Supreme Court judge had no business getting involved. That's my point.
Oh, but that is your opinion. Of course, you're entitled to it.
Absolutely, and that is what I'm expressing.
Yeah.
Chairman, he had no business getting involved.
Okay.
Because so does that mean, sir, if your family member Sabi commits murder, you would go to speak to somebody, the prosecutor or whatever? I mean, it's bad. It doesn't look pretty. But the other issue is I was distracted the flow.
Nsem-Pii TV